Hey, everybody. What time is it? 8 o'clock, Tuesday
About
morning.
8 o'clock. Yeah, give or take.
Got our coffee ready to go.
hmm
Are you
I
back
had
on?
you.
Are you
I
back on
had. You,
coffee? Because you
I
were off
am
of
back
coffee
on
for a
coffee.
while.
Yeah, well, my illness, and then I was. I mean, I was never off coffee. Let's clear the air here. I was never off coffee by choice. I dialed it back a little because I was getting tired of the coffee that I had. And then I got sick, and I didn't drink coffee for about a week. Just didn't.
Your taste buds go all the hell when you got,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
COVID.
Well, yeah. Anytime he gets in everything, and then now I've got sinus pressure. That's just annoying. But no, I'm back on the coffee. I've got some new roasts that are pretty good. Although this week, this one's Starbucks, so not exactly that good. Um, but you know, it is what it is. I went to the gym, and part of my gym, my workout this morning was running. So I ran, went into Starbucks, walked back, boom. But coffee is one of those things. A lot of people are like, "Do you like it for the caffeine?" And I don't. Matter of fact, if a coffee like wakes me up too much and I'm like, ugh, I don't like it. It's more of a mental thing. It's more of a relaxation process, comfort style, thing. And it's not about the caffeine. Sometimes though, I will say it's like a boredom thing. Maybe I'm at work and it's like 4 o'clock and I'm there till 8 and I'm like, I need another shot.
Yeah.
And so I'll do that or get out of the place to go to get a cup of coffee just to break up the monotony. But
I,
you know
I'm
how it is. You have those things.
I'm the same way. I mean, to me, coffee is flavored water. It's, I don't, I'm not, I mean, I know people will just drink bottles of water. And
I
all
do.
to
Yeah.
me, it's flavored water, and I drink my coffee black. Every once in a while, I'll get, some, mocha frappe, something with a drizzle of this and whatever, especially when we get together, because you know all these fancy drinks. And so if you go in and order one, I'll say, oh, I'll have one of those too. Uh,
Yeah, I like to do that. I like to do when I'm at home, it's black,
yeah.
always, unless I do, even a
A
cappuccino. It's
I
just,
don't know what it is with caffeine. It's never affected me.
yeah.
I can have a cup of coffee, an espresso type coffee, and then get in bed and go to sleep. And other
Yeah,
people
me
say,
too.
"Are
I
you
can do it
kidding me? I
anytime.
would be up all night."
I know I've heard people be like, I can't drink coffee past 12. I'm like, what do you go to bed at 2? Like, what the friggin' wrong with you? But
Yeah.
we all have those, speaking of weird things, weird comforts, when I was sick, I was craving like a pregnant woman, I was craving the worst stuff possible, like fast food. And not even when I say good, I throw up the air quotes, good fast food. Bad fast. Yeah, I didn't care. I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I want a McDonald's quarter pounder and a large Coke. So I would get it and eat it. And then I was like, I need a Sonic foot long hot dog, and like, I don't eat that stuff. I'm not saying that Luke and I occasionally, every now and then, will have a treat. I don't eat it. It's gross. It's expensive. And I just
Was this
crave
when
it.
you were sick? You were saying?
Yeah, yeah. When I
Okay.
was sick, I mean, and it's funny because you think about those comfort things or those guilty pleasures. We all have them.
Right.
What is one thing, sick or not? What is one type of food that you really like and you don't care? People might be like, it's awful, it sucks, you shouldn't eat it. What is one type of food that you really like?
Uh, uh, M&Ms.
It's just your thing. You just go
M,
do it. That's
M,
not a bad thing,
yeah,
though.
yeah, and my favorite is M&M almond.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
that's weird.
and all and that is, I mean, I will almost every day I will have a few. I've got a jar, and I may only take about 5 or 6 of them. There's other times that I get a heavy handful and all, but it's
Sure.
like I can't get through a day without without my M&M almond or M&M peanut.
Jeez. Okay. Okay.
It's
I
just
have one. I like M&Ms too. My grandma, she used to have this old school M&M machine, and you pull the handle, and M&Ms come down. And
right.
she'd only fill it for me. And like my people, my family would come over, and she'd be like, "Those are Brandon's. Those are Brandon's." Well, when she passed away, I got it, so it's in my kitchen, and I do the same thing. I'll fill it,
Sure.
And then with different M&Ms, like I go so far, it's holiday time. So Halloween M&Ms, Easter, Christmas, whatever it is, I'll fill, and then Luke will come by and drop a little like, Dad, I'm gonna get a couple, and
Yeah.
it's just one of those fun things. I tell you what, man, one of my like guilty pleasure comfort foods is absolutely like a McDonald's Coke, number one. I crave it has to be the McDonald's Coke. And I'll
Now,
get
what's
that.
different about a McDonald's
Okay,
Coke
well,
from
okay.
from Burger King
We
or
could do a whole episode on it, but I'll tell you right off, I'll give you the short story. Most of the McDonald's, okay, so most whatchamacallit, fountain pops, when you go to like Burger King or Wendy's or whoever, they come in the box and a bag, right?
yeah.
Okay, McDonald's number one has a special contract with Coca-Cola. They come in aluminum. It's an aluminum box. Okay, aluminum tin, aluminum this. They also have the recipe specific for the water levels that go in there and the recipe for what goes into that bag of Coke, which is why it gives you that sharp, fresh. If you put a McDonald's Coke next to a Whataburger Coke, no glass, like no label, no marketing, and you take a sip, you will know that McDonald's Coke because the sharpness, it's more of the old school Coke flavor.
So
and they have a specific contract.
It's a fresher.
Absolutely. And it's proven. I mean, it took them years to admit that, but that's it. So, and there's still the one thing about McDonald's is you get a large for $1.
Yeah.
It's $1. Now, granted, it's the same size as the regular one. They just fill it with ice, but it's a mental thing and it makes me feel better. That's one of those weird comfort things.
Is the caffeine level the same in the McDonald's?
I don't know. I mean, I could drink it and go to bed. It doesn't do anything to me, It does something to Luke. I know that, but it doesn't do anything to me. That's the sugar level, though. But
and you're right about the dollar thing. It'll say Coke $1, any size.
Any size.
And I always think
it's all the same size.
Anybody go in and say, "I'll take a small."
Yeah, and technically speaking, you're probably getting a small regardless. But that's a comfort thing for me. That's like a guilty pleasure. But I have a few of those. Like, okay, so I watch a lot of movies, right? It's no secret. I watch a lot of movies.
Yeah.
And we all have those tastes in movies. We know when movies are good. Like, I know when a movie is good, even if it's not my style. But I also know when a movie is bad. And I love watching those comfort. I don't even like to say guilty pleasure, those movies that you just know are bad, but you have so much fun watching them. And I just watched one the other day, and it's Land of the Lost with Will Ferrell. It is the dumbest. Like Land of the Lost, the show wasn't that good, okay? This is just the dumbest remake of the movie. It is cheesy, low budgeted, crude, vulgar, and hilarious. It is potty humor at its finest. Yes. And I will tell you what, I will put that freaking movie on. Like someone would be like, "Hey, Brandon, we're about to watch The Godfather." And that's like one of my favorite movies of all time. Godfather 2 is anyway. And I'm like, what if we watch Land of the Lost? Like, because it is just so funny. Like, it just makes me laugh, You
say Land of the Lost and they say, what?
I bought it. I have it on Blu-ray. What about you? You have to have some of those movies where people look at you like, really?
Well, I mean, there are some movies that like you, there are some movies that I have seen almost triple digits and all. I see them to the point where I can almost do the dialogue.
Sure.
One of them is My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, I can watch that movie over and over and over again. Lauren says, "Oh my God, My Cousin Vinny's on again." I don't care if the world's coming to an end. If My Cousin Vinny is on one of the channels, I'm going to that.
Yeah.
Pretty Woman is another one.
Okay. That's interesting. I
mean, just it's a classic. I'll even go back further. There is when Julia Roberts, one of her first movies was Mystic Pizza.
I remember Mystic Pizza.
And I can watch that movie over and over and over again too. And some of those where you see the cast is like it was their first or second role when they were just
Sure.
up and coming. Uh, uh, so that one, Thelma and Louise. I can watch that over and over and over again. And every time they go off that cliff at the end of the movie and everything, I've just sat there for almost 2 hours waiting for that moment again.
And that's like, not to go off on the movie one, but that's like, okay, Love Actually for me. Love Actually, it is not Christmas, it is not holiday season
Right.
until I can watch Love Actually, probably 5 times. But it is the quintessential holiday film bro chick flick. Like more men watch that movie than women. It's been proven. And that is my go-to. I am a sucker. I will sit there and wrap Christmas presents to it. I will sit there with a glass of wine and get all emotional watching it. I love that freaking movie.
Now, do you also find that there are some movies that you will watch because there is an actor or an actress that you just love and you will watch any movie that they're in?
I mean, there's a couple of those. It's hard nowadays. Because they've all made some crap that I just can't watch. But I mean, there's a few, used to be that way with Pacino. It's not anymore.
Yeah.
No, I mean, no offense, he's still the greatest, but yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I'm sure if I look through my
Harrison
collection.
Ford is my go-to. I mean,
Well, he's going to be in the new Captain America movie.
yeah,
So,
the Indiana Jones series
oh
that
God, the last one was so bad, dude. Stop. The last one was so
yeah,
bad.
but The Fugitive and
Fugitive's great. Clear and Present Danger,
yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah. I mean,
So
almost anything that he's in, I can you figure it's probably going to be good. Just like Glenn Close or some of those actresses and Julia Roberts, uh, because she can do comedy, she can do serious, she can do bizarre. And there's just some people that you're if you're looking for a movie, you're going through Netflix or Prime or whatever, saying what do you want to watch, and you see one that's got an actor or an actress that you like, it's pretty good bet that it's not going to be a bomb.
or you'll at least enjoy their performance or something.
Yeah.
So speaking of, okay, we're talking about that. What about music? So we all have an eclectic, taste in music, like my multiple Spotify playlists, unless I'm going for a specific genre, are across the map. I mean, you can go from Dead Mouse to Tupac to Kendrick to Cody Jinks,
Yeah.
like who knows? But there are always those artists that when they come on, you kind of look around the room like, is anybody gonna? Oh, okay, like we all have those comfort guilty pleasure artists. So I would lean this more towards the guilty pleasure side. What is an artist or band or even song that you like that you're like, dude, it's just one of those things?
All right. I would say in the band category, The Who.
Yeah,
Uh,
but that doesn't count. No, 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 no. That's not fair. That's not fair.
no,
Because let me tell you why. Because the vast majority of the people that know music aren't going to look at you and go, oh my God, you like The Who? No, no, no. We need to go deeper than that. Peel the layers back.
all right. Well, then I'll go with John Mellencamp. I have followed his career since his beginnings in southern Indiana, Spencer,
Okay.
Indiana. I also John Prine.
Who?
John Prine, who originally is from Maywood, Illinois, and all, and became a more or less a country artist. But if he writes lyrics that very often are real thought provoking, and sometimes they are bizarre. He wrote some really funny stuff. If I had to pick a song, he wrote a song called "Hello in There." It's a kind of song that when you listen to it, you feel the song. But he's not real well known. He wrote "Angel from Montgomery." That was one of his big songs that he wrote, and Bonnie Raitt made it a big hit. Uh, But John Prine is one of those lesser known people that I have followed for his entire career until he passed away a few years ago. Female artists groups, the Wilson sisters in Heart. I mean, that's a combination of voices that is incredible. Fleetwood Mac, another
Oh,
group.
of course. Yeah. Those are some of the epic. All right, let me give you an example here. I'm a big Harry Styles fan. Nobody could see that coming. Probably nobody would think that. They're like, "What? You like Harry Styles, pop star?" Look, I'm a stylist. I love
Yeah,
Harry Styles.
yeah.
He is awesome. I love his performances. I love his music. It's pop. It's catch. It's hilarious. That pops up on my iPad or my Spotify playlist. People are like, Harry Styles?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then it'll go from Harry Styles, and we're going back down to NSYNC. And then we're going to go back down. I mean, I'm in the middle of nowhere. We're rocking out to 90s hip hop. And Whitney Houston might come on from Bodyguard. Like those are like, you know what? I got to hear me some Whitney, and I won't change it. I'm like, nope, can't, don't change it. Even if I'm not in the mood, it's Whitney. Let's let her play.
And Lauren is that way with Michael Bublé.
Oh God, I cannot stand Michael Bublé. I will tell you this right now, and I'm not afraid. It's fine if people like him. The biggest Frank Sinatra wannabe. He wants to be Frank so bad. He's not even giving Frank justice.
Yeah.
He just wants to be him. No.
And well, one that's in that same category that I think does emulate Frank Sinatra too is
You watch it.
Harry Connick Jr.
Mm.
Harry Connick Jr. I think is got that old-fashioned 40s kind of voice.
He does. I mean, he's pretty much retired now, but he's
he's
does.
gone into acting. He's doing
well. He's been acting for 30 years now, but more than Michael Bublé, probably, but nobody's Frank. Everybody just sit down. Just calm down here.
But it's off in left field for you.
It's off in left field, man. Michael Bublé's on. But like that's the other thing too. Like there's other artists, listen to you like, I like Pink, I'll put some Pink on, man. But then I'll go old school, man. I put out a little SWV, a little In Vogue. Like so those are some of those like guilty. Sometimes you just need to listen to it, man. I'll pop in some Avril Lavigne, and be like, I need some cheesy music. Avril's on. And that's one of those moments that you're like, all right, so going along those lines, TV shows that maybe a show that you like that's going to make people give you the side eye.
Well, I don't know how many other people got into MASH, but I followed
most of us weren't around then, so
yeah, the MASH series again. I can every once in a while, if there's nothing else on TV, I'll go to that the oldie movie channel and watch some episodes of MASH.
Sure.
I enjoyed the characters and I enjoyed the script writing. The script writing was spot on.
I used to be a huge King of Queens fan. Even with the crappy laugh track, I used to be a huge. I had a massive back then. I had a big crush on Leah Remini, man. I thought she was super cute, like this weird Brooklyn, Italian girl that just would yell at you. I was like, that's my sweet spot right there,
And Kevin James was a great in that lead.
Well, you had Jerry, not Jerry Seinfeld, but what's his name? His dad was in it. I can't think of his dad's name, but
Elaine.
I can't think of
Jerry Stiller.
So was it Jerry Stiller?
Jerry Stiller was.
That's what I meant. Why did I say Seinfeld?
Yeah.
He so hilarious. I love that. And then that's where Everybody Loves Raymond kind of spawned off of, and they kind of crossed it was a good show back then. That's kind of one of those every now and then, like there's nothing to watch and there's like a binge. I mean, you can go to Peacock and watch it or whatever, but you just happen to find it. You're like, I'm gonna watch 5 or 6 episodes and have my guilty pleasure moment,
Yeah, I know you're not a big Seinfeld fan.
Oh God, no. But you can't put that in the category. Let me tell you why.
But I mean,
because nobody's going to give you the side eye.
But that's one of those that I would watch Seinfeld only to watch that door swing open and Kramer walk in the door. Because his character was lovable, because he He was just
I can
weird.
see that.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. But again, I gotta go back. That's not a weird thing, man. That's not weird. That's not that weird. Like something weird to be like, I still watch The Facts of Life. People be like, what? Show's been on for 35 years, you know, like you still watch the freaking Facts of Life. Yeah, and I can sing the whole theme song too, you know.
Well, speaking of theme songs, how about the Jeffersons or
Jefferson's a great show, man.
Sanford and Son?
Sanford and Son's a great show, man.
Yeah, you know,
But it's funny to think about those things that we like those, like I like guilty pleasure snack for me. Like you talk M&Ms, I'm a Reese's peanut butter cup guy. You know, I'll take them all out of Luke's bag. Went for Halloween and not even and pretend like he never got any. I did it with his sisters. I'd be like, look, there's a tax.
I was that way with Baby Ruth.
See, that's a weird one. I'm gonna give you a side eye for that. That's a weird one. That's like saying you like Payday.
That's right. And a Payday is just a Baby Ruth without the chocolate.
It's just a bunch of nuts.
Yeah. And
there's a stick of nuts
and caramel
and caramel. It's so gross. It's you know what else is gross too that I don't like, that I think is weird? People that like Three Musketeers. I think that's the weirdest candy, the texture in it. And when you crack it open, it has like this gray, but
yeah,
you know, that's a weird one. You finally got it.
Another one that doesn't grab your fancy is candy corn at Halloween.
No, that stuff is disgusting. It's
and to me, I will enjoy candy corn, but only on Halloween. Once a year.
They probably don't even make anymore. You know, they don't make anymore.
Sure
just
they
left.
do.
No, it's just leftovers from 30 years ago because it's got a shelf like a roach. They're like, hey, here's Brock's Halloween candy corn. It's from 1942, the first time they made it.
Right. Or the Cadbury bunnies at Easter.
I like those.
Yeah, and those probably were
those are weird. I don't get it.
Yeah. They're still trying to lower the supply of those that they made,
but not as much as those freaking Brocks, dude. Those stupid candy corn. I think when people give candy corn out for Halloween, they should get their house egged.
Yeah, and Brock's that you used to go in, it was mixed candies, and you'd go in, you buy it by the scoop.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
And if you went to your aunt's house or your grandmother's house or whatever, there was always a candy dish filled with Brock's candy.
Yeah, from the 5 Halloweens ago.
Yeah, that or the butterscotch.
Werther's. Hey, we got some Werther's. Oh, great, Grandma! It's freaking 1919. This Werther's has seen more action than I've ever seen.
And you remember, you would bite into one of those, and your upper and lower jaw would stick together.
You couldn't bite into it until it got so small. Because your teeth would fall out. It's the worst candy in the world, man. You know, my ex-wife used to eat those. That should have been a sign. That was a sign. I really like these Werther's. You know what? This is over. Let me sign the papers now.
Yeah. Call the attorney. It's over.
God, what a horrible human being. Anybody that eats Werther's are just horrible people.
Yeah. Oh boy. Especially if you're eating Werther's and sitting on the couch watching Seinfeld.
Yeah, it's just done. Massive side eye.
Well,
all right. Well, that's all I got today, guys.
All right. Yeah, that'll do it. Go out and find your own comfort zones and everything. And if you want, drop us a note and share them with us. And if we made you laugh, we've been successful. So go out, make it a good one. See you again next week.
See you guys.